Breaking right now at 6, a fiery crash shuts down I-95 in Norwalk.
Bridge was burnt to a crisp.
The cleanup now underway, and what happens next? Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us here for the news at 6. I'm Keisha Grant.
And I'm Mike Hydek. A lot of work is coming down the pike. Traffic continues to be a nightmare more than 12 hours after that early morning accident.
Let's get you up to speed on what we know right now. This crash happened at around 5:30 this morning. It involved a car and 2 trucks. One was carrying 8,000 gallons of gasoline. Much of that fuel burned, sparking a massive fire. The heat from the flames compromised the Fairfield Avenue overpass. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Believe it or not, there's an ambitious plan to get the traffic moving quickly. Once again, work will begin taking that bridge down tomorrow morning, 3 a.m., and the hope is to have both sides of the highway open Monday morning, and they will try to get to work quickly, eventually getting a new bridge in place as well. Norwalk's mayor says the schools will be closed tomorrow.
We have a team of reporters live at the scene this evening. We want to begin with NBC Connecticut's Amanda Pitts.
She had a chance to speak to some of the frustrated drivers who were stuck in that traffic for hours today, and the impact it's also having around the surrounding city. Amanda.
Yeah, guys, frustrated is the best way to describe how people are feeling here in Norwalk, because as we've been saying, 150 cars would travel that stretch of 95 before all this happened, and now all of that traffic is being fed through these secondary roads. You can see trucks, cars, traffic in all directions here on Route 1 in Norwalk, causing a headache for drivers, business owners, and the people who live here.
Yeah, I've been circling around. There's nowhere to go.
Drivers in traffic for hours today after I-95 in Norwalk was shut down in both directions due to this fiery crash between a tanker truck and a car. How long have you been in traffic for?
Too long. This is the first time. I never experienced something like this.
Now, with the highway closed, secondary roads like Route 1 are seeing major backups. You can see truck after truck lined up here trying to find another route to 95.
My delivery right now is canceled. I can't even make no delivery right now.
For those who live in the area, some can't get out of their driveways.
My neighbor had a doctor's appointment, couldn't even get out of the driveway. I have to walk over to pick up a pharmaceutical pickup. Can't drive.
The gridlock on Route 1 has made it a tough day for businesses too.
Really no walk-in stuff because everybody's trying to figure out how to get through town.
His employee made it to work though after his 25-minute commute turned into nearly 2 hours.
Some points I got lost on the back roads because I just had to take every sharp turn, every street, and it was terrible. No gas, almost broke down, made it to the gas station, paid $4.90 or $3.90 for a gallon of gas in Westport.
Now, Johnson says he will be staying with a friend here in Norwalk tonight, so he doesn't have to deal with this mess in the morning. Again, officials are urging that if you can stay home, that you should, to avoid this traffic. Work from home if you can. For now, live in Norwalk, Amanda Pitts, NBC Connecticut News. Guys.
Amanda, thank you. Joining us live from Norwalk.
Witnesses tell us the fire that followed the crash was one of the largest things they've ever seen. One woman comparing it to a house fire she remembers from her childhood. NBC Connecticut's Kevin Geis continues our live team coverage in Norwalk. What's it look like there from your vantage point, Kevin, and what else are people saying?
Yeah, Keisha, it's really one of those things you really only see when there's a major emergency, but 95 in both directions through Norwalk just looks like an absolute ghost town. Besides crews who are hard at work trying to clear the area and start working on that bridge. But neighbors say after what they were able to capture this morning, what they heard this morning, they're not surprised that it's going to be shut down for a little while.
I went right into the hallway in the building and I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Vehicles in flames and stalled traffic on one of Connecticut's busiest highways. Crews racing to the Fairfield Avenue overpass, a massive fire caught on camera by a neighbor.
It looked surreal. It took me and everyone else a minute and kind of, as you know, walked further and further out of my door, and you can hear just loud bangs and pops. They were loud. They had bass.
Her apartment practically hanging over 95 southbound. Her morning was spent avoiding rising smog.
I've never seen a fireball. I've never seen something just engulf and pop, and there were I actually thought it was a fireworks truck under the bridge.
She says the smell was one of the first things she noticed. Neighbors on the other side of the highway noticed the same thing.
Like a melted metal smell. Like it just had this strange, it wasn't like a normal fire kind of smoke. It was like something had melted. So yeah, that was scary, of course.
For Alexandra Angeloro, it was worth keeping her son home from school. She describes a hectic and frightening morning.
There was traffic in every direction, people honking, yelling. No one knew what was going on.
Some, like John D'Antonio, saw the images and wanted to see the bridge for himself. But for now, he's choosing alternate forms of transportation.
Yeah, no, I'll be taking the bike to the train station for the next couple of weeks.
D'Antonio had a good idea there, taking a bike, trying to see exactly what was going on. He said he'll probably be on a bike at least for the foreseeable future. Now, every single person we talked to were shocked but extremely grateful that there were no injuries related to this crash. We're live in Norwalk tonight. Kevin Geis, NBC Connecticut News. Guys, back to you.
And that really is the best part of all of this. Kevin, thank you.
And stay with NBC Connecticut for the latest on the I-95 closure and, of course, the continuing impact on the traffic there. You can get updates free anytime on the NBC Connecticut app.